what? It sure felt like football weather this week. That means we're getting closer to the end of the regular season. And keep in mind the championship games are outside at Brookings. Welcome to our weekly get-together to recap the big games. I'm Mark Ovenden.
I'm Zach Borg. So you're saying it might be snow instead of rain this time? We'll wait for that. Football Friday.
Like it was close to that today.
Yeah, Football Friday brought to you by Frisbee's Plumbing and Heating. And tonight we have highlights from South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa.
We start our coverage at Howard Wood Field with the first game of the day. That's where the top-ranked Brandon Valley Lynx took on these guys, the Lincoln Patriots, in what has been just an absolutely a crazy season in 11 AAA, and that would continue tonight. After a block punt, Tommy Thompson to Luke Smith, it's 6-0 Pats. But with the field turned and the wind at their back in the second quarter, now watch the left foot here. Is he out of bounds on the 15? It was close. I slowed it way down, and it was like minuscule close. They called him out, but on the next play, Tate Johnson rips up the middle for a touchdown. It's 7-6 in favor of the Lynx. Now, hey, that combination's worked a lot this year. Skolton to Hilton. Why not do it again? Heave it downfield. Now watch how close he comes to scoring again.
Oh, come on.
I thought he was in. They mark it on the 1. I'm giving you 2 touchdowns tonight, Jackson, by the way. Jesse Steffel takes it in. It's 14-6. Looks like Brandon Valley's going to run away with this. But in the final seconds of the half, under a minute to go, there's number 23, Leo Kay, with a touchdown. Makes it 14-12. And then Tommy Thompson, they'd missed the kick on the first touchdown. A leaping grab by Isaiah Robinson. And they had all the momentum into the second half and go on to win 26-21. Lincoln does it again. They're now 5-1. Wow.
In the late game, it was O'Gorman against Washington. The Knights' season has been almost a direct reflection of how crazy things have gone in 11 AAA. O'Gorman had every facet working tonight, though. Nate Flanard going up and getting the interception to deny the Warriors on their opening possession a little bit later in the quarter. Trig Otten punches it in from a few yards out as the Knights take a 17-0 lead. We said O'Gorman had everything working. That includes the special teams. 46-yarder from Connor Pavelko. That's good. That's easy for him. Makes it 20-0 at that point. And then just before the break, Tegan Schlimgen finds Tip Riemann. He's not going to have to tiptoe to get in the end zone there, as O'Gorman right now has a comfortable lead, 38-20 in the fourth.
And like I said, everybody's taking turns beating everybody. The Harrisburg Tigers are just a couple of points away from a perfect 5-0 record. Tonight, the 4th-ranked Tigers hosting Watertown, and Jack Teagan finding Timon Long with a swing pass as they move into the red zone. It's tied at 14 at this point. Not anymore. Anders Clayton from 20 yards out.
Great run.
Look at him. He's pointing to the pylon. He says, I got there first. That counts for 6. Harrisburg up 20-14. On the next Watertown drive, these arrows have been giving people problems. But on the drop snap on the punt, it's a tackle in the end zone as Beckett Hamilton gets the tackle. 22-14 in favor of Harrisburg at this point. Watertown trying to get momentum here. Brandon Smith.
Nice play.
Deep play to Dawson Schmidt, who pulls it in for the long gain, but they could not capitalize. So your final score, Harrisburg wins 22-14. Those Tigers are now 5-1 in their first year in 11 AAA. Lincoln now 5-1. How about that? After they lost their first game of the year, they're off to just a great start. O'Gorman's winning over Washington 38-20. Roosevelt 45-7 wins in Aberdeen tonight. Brookings remains undefeated in 11 AA with a win over Mitchell. And of course,
Pierre with an easy win. Those two play next week in Pierre.
That's going to be fun. Also, you got Sturgis beating Yankton tonight 18-13. And Rapid City Stevens over Central in a close one, 32-27.
One of the big-time matchups tonight, battle of number 2 and number 3 in Class 11A. Second-ranked Warriors on homecoming, hosting the third-ranked Panthers. Dakota Valley, it was a little wet, rain all over the place, and Johnny Terrad was all over Dell Rapids for the sack. Led to a bad Warrior punt and sets the Panthers up in prime field position. Zion Robinson gets in from 2 yards out, same number as his jersey, and it's 7-0 Dakota Valley after 1. Late second quarter, 3rd and long, Colin Rentz. Rain's calmed down just a bit. He's going deep. Logan Ellingson adjusts and makes a terrific 33-yard touchdown grab. They'd make a 2-point conversion. go up 8-7. Now in the third quarter, the rain is really going down at this point, and we got a crazy play here.
Where's the ball?
Slips out. Where is it? Look who's got it. It's the lineman. He just sits on it. Cade Gruce for the score. He's going to tell his grandkids he trucks somebody at the goal line. That made it 16-7. Then check out Mason Gokin breaking through for the block and recovering it himself for a touchdown. 28 unanswered for Dell Rapids. They win it 28-7.
They've had a remarkable year. That was a great block of the punt, one-handed, and he's the guy that recovered it as well. Now, T-Area and Lennox, both teams try and run the ball. It's going to be Cale Lundeen tries to scramble for the first down, racked by Hayden Mendel. Were scoreless in the first quarter. The ensuing Lennox drive, it's a bad snap to Josh Arlt. T would eventually walk away with the ball, but could not score. In the second period, Arlt again is going to be looking deep. He's going to throw it deep, and what do you think is going to happen? It is picked off there by Connor Mulder. T throws the shutout tonight. The final score, they score all their points in the second half. 24-0. They remain in first place. Their only loss was to Pierre.
Fourth-ranked Chargers, Sioux Falls Christian. We're back at the Bob, taking on Tri-Valley. Isaiah Young gets the Chargers on the board early with this touchdown finding the end zone. We didn't show a lot of punts normally, or for that matter, ever, but you got to check this one out from Zach Whitty. Gets a friendly roll, and it's going to, it might have been blocked, but he gets a friendly roll, and this thing's just going to keep going all the way down to the 1 yard line. Looked like he'd maybe get 5 yards out of that punt. Instead, it goes all the way down, and it's key because it sets up this. Leads to a defensive touchdown after they get the sack and the strip. But the Mustangs were not going away. They've been quietly pretty good this year. Levi Hansen will pick up a big gain on the run right here to get them in deep. But then it's Mason Matthew with a jump pass. It's coming up here, I promise. Mason Matthew for Tri-Valley with the Tim Tebow-esque jump pass to Mohamed Ibrahim, who takes it in for a score after shaking off a couple defenders. Final score on this one, Tri-Valley coming back to get the win, 20-14.
Now the Cardinals of Del Rapids St. Mary, I thought I was going to get killed right there. I barely got out of the way. They were taken on at the MAC tonight. They were taken on Centerville. Now watch this play. On 3rd and long, the receiver ripped the ball away. That was Weston Garrett's from Connor Libas, 60-yard touchdown, and the Cardinals have a 6-0 lead. Now, Austin Green LeBrun, watch 75. Oh, my goodness. He's the guy that scored that 2-point conversion a couple of weeks ago, wearing number 63. Back to his old number tonight. That led to this Eli Longville touchdown run. That made it 14-0 in favor of the Cards. Last play of the first quarter, the Cardinals will strike again. This time it's going to be Libas. He says, I threw a touchdown. I handed one off. I think I'm going to keep the ball and score a touchdown. That makes it 22-0 after 1. Your final score, 52-zip.
Happy homecoming in Sioux Falls because their field is underwater.
Good win for them tonight. Now, the game I would have most liked to have seen tonight was in Hull, Iowa, featuring 2 undefeated teams in Iowa Class 1A. Brandon Green has the highlights.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. Top-ranked West Sioux brought a 5-0 record to Hall to play 10th-ranked Western Christian, also unbeaten after 5 games. And in the first quarter, we get it started, and that's Tyson Bohr making a pass to Kobe Beckham, who is able to shake off a Falcon. He's going to keep running, folks. He looks like he's in, but the ref calls him out. It would lead to a touchdown. They lead 6-0. Next up, Beckham again. He's back at it again as he gets to the outside, but this time he's going to score, folks, and they go on to up 12-0, but then the Falcons, they were able to make some plays too in the first quarter as quarterback Hunter Deckers hands it off to Bryce Kopic, who's able to break through the line, and that would lead to a touchdown, and they cut into the lead 12-6, but West Sioux would eventually take the game 21-19. And then on my way back to Sioux Falls, I stopped at West Lyon, where the 5th-ranked Wildcats were taking on Unity Christian. And in the second half, they lead 47-14, and that's Mason Maurer who breaks it and takes it all the way for a 60-yard touchdown. Look at the wheels. They're just piling it on at this point. And as we go into the fourth quarter, the second string would come in, and it would be more of the same as Ryan Creighton. He fakes it, and then the QB, he's somewhere in that pile, and he's going to break it inside the 5, and the Wildcats, they're able to give it to Eli Mosier, who plows it in for the score, and they would go on to win 62-14. And back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Brandon. The Tigers of Marshall have rolled through 5 opponents this year And they were in Worthington tonight. And how about Worthington? Great start for them.
Wow.
Will Brandner with a nice 20-yard gain. That would set up the 7-yard touchdown run by Emmett Bickett. 6-0 in favor of the Trojans. Tigers not used to that. So they're going to give the ball to Gabe Rainey. What a perfect name on a night like tonight.
Although ironically, I don't think it's raining
Doesn't
there.
look like it's raining there. It was raining where we were. 60-yard touchdown run for Gabe Rainey makes it 7-6. Next drive, it's going to be Braden Hilgeman with a handoff right
Big
up the middle, and he is going, gone. 14-6, 56-12. Marshall, your winner tonight.
Patriots of Hills-Beaver Creek ranked 8th in Minnesota 9-man with a 4-1 record. Tonight they host Sleepy Eye St. Mary's. It's Tyson Bork, not Borg. We're not related. That was an Adam Huntimer joke.
Bork, that's my golf name.
25-yard gain, and that sets up this. Gavin Weissong to Xander Weissong. I'm guessing they're brothers, maybe they're cousins. Either way, they got a touchdown, and it's 42-20 HBC. Next drive, Tyson Bork, not related to Bork Overton, finds the end zone from 4 yards out. It's 50-20. A little bit later in the third quarter, Gavin Weissong fakes the handoff and will do it all himself. Good year for Hills-Beaver Creek. They lost a lot of talent last year, but they picked right up and
They've only
won
lost
again.
one game. Bork Overton is my golf name, by the way. Marshall beat Worthington 56-12 at Brandon Golf Course. Western Christian 25-21. West Lyon is still undefeated. T-Area and Dell Rapids both win. How about those Couriers? They celebrate a happy homecoming. Tri-Valley knocking out Sioux Falls Christian. There's your Dell Rapids St. Mary's score. Bonham beats Gregory. The Cavaliers, defending champions, are playing well. Jackson County Central, first time they've been challenged all year. Laverne rolls over Tri-City. Adrian 34-0. It was Canby in a low-scoring game. Spencer with the shutout. EPJ and Burke both win. Canastota Freeman, again, undefeated. Canton is 44-0. Woolsey, Wessington, and Laura Brule both win. MVP and Vibrant Hurley. How about that team? They're hard to stop. Wagner and Woonsocket, Weston Springs, Sanborn Central, along with that score shocked me, but just by the 44-point win over Baltic.
In Baltic.
Clark Willow Lake wins. Coleman Egan 52-0. They're ranked number 1 and undefeated. Groton Area and Howard, along with Minnow Marion, win. Sully Buttes, Sunshine Bible with a win over Cologne. Wall and Webster is still undefeated, I believe. Beersford and Dual both win tonight, along with Hanson and West Central. It was Winter victorious, along with Britton Heckler 40-20. Custer beats Bennett County. Douglas over Spearfish. Faulkton and Hamlin both win, as does Hitchcock, Tulare, and Parker having a nice year. Scotland wins as well. That's the football portion of our show. We'll have some softball highlights next.